I want to say congratulations to Terence Crawford and thank you. You know, I fought the best guy in the weight class tonight.
Yeah, there was a lot of hesitation, but I think his speed really had a lot to do with that. He was moving very well. We had him moving into the right hand, and we were trying to cut the ring off and stop him going that way, and he cut back. And his speed was just unbelievable. He was just too fast.
You know, he was fast and he was strong, so if you think maybe the hesitation came from there, but I think I did everything I could and I was coming forward. The first knockdown, I thought of I was not hurt in that in the 5th round. I was just out of balance. And the second knockdown was a knockdown. I was hurt. You know, I don't want to take away credit, but I'm just being honest.
Since the fight was seriously in jeopardy of your guy winning, and did you at any point tell them at any round that we need a knockout or else we're not going to win this fight?
Well, after the 4th round, things started going the other way, and by the time we're in about the 8th or 9th round, I told them that we do need a knockout to win the fight, and in the last 2 rounds I urged him on, and he fought as hard as he could. And he did try, and I love that he tried to win the fight, but it was just too much. The speed, you just can't keep up with him.
Since there's a lot of talk about the possibility of Terence fighting Manny in the fall, based on what you saw tonight, does it make you any more confident? Maybe it's a tougher fight based on how he fought, because he didn't really win as much in other fights?
I haven't had time to think about that because Manny's retiring right now in the center. But I'm not sure what's next for Manny yet. We're still working on that. We'll see.
You don't feel it, then it must be too real to touch. You'll never in your life try to knock the truth. The illest shit ever. Get ready, cause this is about to get heavy.
Trying to keep me out. Trying to censor what I say, cause they don't like what I'm talking about. So what's wrong with the media today?
Prove I'm lying if I ain't correct.
What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing, new media. Now, the great thing about new media is you can dislike, but you can't disprove. And that's the motto. That's what we're saying. Now, I'm going to put this to bed once and for all. Why I believe Pacquiao avoided / ducked Terence Crawford. Now, some people aren't going to like it, but the proof is in the pudding. I can't help what you guys do or don't like. Bottom line. And just so we're in the clear, because this is what I do with new media. I don't just tell you the things, I show you what I'm talking about, right? And this is something a lot of people aren't willing to do. They'll say all these radical comments, this person's a bitch, a pussy, and this person ducked or is on peds, but they can never prove what they're saying. So this is Top Rank's Instagram. There's an interview they did with JESSIE Vargas. JESSIE Vargas reacts to the announcement of Pacquiao Vargas on November 5th. So it's funny to me because I make videos beforehand saying I don't believe Pacquiao will fight Terence Crawford. And people say, oh, you don't know, you're full of shit. And guess what? He's not fighting him. So I made this little meme. Thought it was funny. Terence Crawford waiting for Pacquiao to come outside, like hashtag the ducking game, Pacquiao Vargas, right? And there's a comment that I was going to read on this, and I'll still read it and I'll have to insert in the video, but the guy deleted his comment. See, this is the type of stuff that you casuals have to do, but I'm not new to this. So I already screenshotted and I will insert into this video the comment of somebody who disliked or tried to disprove what I was saying. And I'm going to keep showing you guys. And that's the thing. A lot of times it's not really about the truth, because if you're a real truth seeker, then you care about the truth. You care about finding what's true, what's fact, and what's fiction. But that's not the case. You're going to ride with whatever you were thinking just because, even if someone proves you wrong. And then it's all common. They all do the same thing. The casual fans, they'll insult you, name call, switch the subject, laugh at their own jokes. Like, you're gay and ugly, ha ha ha. Okay. So this, on this meme that I made, this is what the guy put. He responded to me, "That's stupid. Crawford demands Manny come down and wait to fight him, but he's more than willing to move up for Garcia. Laugh out loud. Y'all too much." And I don't know who y'all are, but I'm the one that posted this. The only one who you should be calling a ducker is Crawford. So you're basically, your statement, you're saying Terence Crawford ducked Pacquiao, right? And then we're gonna new media this thing. I responded, you got a picture with Freddie Roach because this guy trains at the Wildcard Gym. You got a picture as Freddie Roach as your default. So next time you talk to him, you ask him and videotape it and send it to me. Why Freddie Roach told Boxing News Online if Manny does fight again, and actually this is the point where I'll actually show you guys, right? So a lot of people saying, oh, this is ridiculous, he didn't duck, and why should he fight at 140? You guys use the same talking points. April 8th, 2016, Freddie Roach, if Manny Pacquiao fights again after Timothy Bradley. This is Google. This is all you have to type in. I will click on it and show you why I feel how I feel regarding that fight. This is the funny thing. People are acting like I want Pacquiao to make 140 and he can't. This is not me. Look at this. Freddie Roach, if Manny Pacquiao fights again after Timothy Bradley, I hope it's at 140 pounds. April 8th, 2016. So Pacquiao's last fight, Timothy Bradley 3. This is what Freddie was saying in April, right before the fight. And I quote, if Manny does end up fighting again after this weekend's bout, so it's the weekend before Timothy Bradley versus Pacquiao 3, I hope it's at 140 pounds and not 147, Roach opinion. Manny's a much better puncher at 140 than 147. That's what I attribute to why he hasn't knocked anyone out in a long time, since Miguel Cotto in November 2009, because he's been fighting at the higher weight. It's not that he's not hitting as hard as he used to, it's just that he's not that big a person at 147. Manny could still make 135 if he wanted to. He walks around about 138, so 135 would be no problem. I think a move down in weight could prolong his career. If he does decide to fight again, there are some big fights at 140 against Terence Crawford and those sort of guys. I think Manny's best fighting weight is at 140. So I'm actually doing Pacquiao a favor. Some people are saying, oh, you're biased, man. You're racist. Why am I racist when his own trainer, who is not a minority, we'll say, in Freddie Roach, is saying Manny's best fighting weight is at 140. He could make 35 if he wanted to. He walks around about 138. These are not my words. These are Freddie Roach's words. His own trainer says he can make fights against Terence Crawford, right? So when it comes back to me, why am I the target? Why am I the bad guy for stating something? If Freddie Roach never said this, then I wouldn't care about Pacquiao making 140, because I don't know. I didn't know until Freddie Roach told me that he could make 140 if he actually could. I know Pacquiao's not the biggest welterweight, but I don't know what weights he can make and what he walks around with normally like Freddie Roach. So Freddie Roach is saying this. He's saying because he's been fighting at the higher weight, it's not that he's not hitting as hard as he used to. It's just that he's not that big a person at 147. But guess what? Pacquiao's fighting Jessie Vargas at 147 and not 140. And when you guys get jammed up, which I have to put this screenshot in, I know how you guys operate. That's why I have to screenshot the shit before it mysteriously vanishes. Then all of a sudden you guys, when you get jammed up and don't know what to say, you switch the subject. So he replied, I'd argue with you, but the stupidity of your comment shows me that there's not of you to offer. Ignore the contradiction I pointed out all you want. Keep being biased and be the best butt writer you can be. Peace. Right? So who's being biased when somebody on Pacquiao's side who's affiliated? This is not like, oh, Pacquiao's babysitter from the 80s or something like that. This is his own trainer saying he can make 140. So why is it outrageous for me to want to see him fight a 140 pounder or fight Crawford at 140? And then comments like this: why do you hate on Pacquiao so much? Where is the hate? What is being hated on? That's like getting mad at the meteorologist or the weatherman because he told you it's going to be raining all week. That doesn't make any sense. Oh, you really hate on the sunshine, man. You really don't like sun, do you? You don't like getting out. You don't like going to the beach. I'm just not going to the beach when it's fucking raining. Like, it has nothing to do. I didn't create the weather. I didn't create Pacquiao's trainer's statements. You know what I'm saying? And that's the funny thing. We can go a little bit deeper. Stop asking me after this, right? ESPN asked, should Manny Pacquiao fight Terence Crawford? That was an episode. and Max Kellerman said he believes he should, right? Before that, Bob Arum wants Manny Pacquiao to face Terence Crawford. ES News, 1 year ago. This is one of many where Bob Arum has stated that. One of many. Fight hype. Terence Crawford and Bob Arum comment on Pacquiao fight. They come after me, I don't go after them. So he's already said he would fight him, right? And just for the people who really still want to play dumb, if Pacquiao has to, even though his own trainer says if he fights again, I want him to fight at a lighter weight, we'll just ignore that. Okay, he has to fight at 147 for some reason, right? For whatever reason. Bottom line is Jessie Vargas is a brand new champion, right? And there's other guys like, I think, a Sean Porter fight, even though he's coming off a loss. Some people thought he won that fight. That would be a great fight for the fans. Exciting styles. You can't say Sean Porter's out there running or whatever people say about Crawford and Mayweather or whoever they don't like, right? Keith Thurman's a champion who just beat probably the best, most in-prime fighter of his career. You know what I mean? That or the Diego Chavez win. But, you know what I mean? You have to say Sean Porter because he has better names on his resume than Diego Chavez had leading up to the Thurman fight, right? So the proof is in the pudding. You guys, again, can get mad and be mad like, oh, this is ridiculous and I don't get it. There's a reason these things are being said about each fighter. It has nothing to do with, oh, you're biased and people hating them. Max Kellerman also said, and I made a video about this, that Pacquiao made the wrong pick. The video, you can go look at all these videos. He says he should have fought Terence Crawford and he's doing a money grab. So again, leave me alone about it. Pacquiao's fighting Vargas. Good luck to both fighters. It is what it is. But that is the reason I believe he avoided Terence Crawford. His own trainer said he can make 140. So I'm done with the excuses from the fans saying, oh, why should he move down to 140 for Terence Crawford? It doesn't make sense. Pacquiao's the A side. Once again, link in the description. Freddie Roach is saying this. He says against guys like 140, if Manny Pacquiao fights again after Timothy Bradley 3, I hope it's at 140. So don't come to me like I created this news. This is what his own trainer said. So why would I not take that into consideration, that he's walking around at 138? And people have this notion that, oh, Pacquiao, okay, he's not fighting Crawford because he's a runner and Jessie Vargas isn't. That's bullshit. Because at the end of the day, Keith Thurman, he's not really a runner. You know what I mean? He has knockouts. He has more knockouts than Jessie Vargas, right? There's other guys like Sean Porter I just mentioned. He's not a runner. Why not fight him? You know what I mean? Danny Garcia and Broner, people call them flat-footed. Those are good fights. Oh, because let me guess, they priced themselves out. So it has nothing to do with runner. And you got to look at it. You got to look at what's really being said to you as a boxing fan, as a public. Why would a certain fighter want the more aggressive? If Jessie Vargas is just this knockout artist or this like non-runner or whatever you want to call him, right? He's a non-runner. He's going to come and make it a real scrap. What fighter would want that? Yeah, I want more cuts and bruises. What fighter is going to want to fight that style? If somebody's running and they don't have power and they're like some of you guys make it in the comment section, like Crawford and Mayweather, why not fight them? That sounds like the easier fight. You know what I mean? Someone who's running and you just have to watch out for a few shots, as opposed to the Jessie Vargas. He's the warrior. He's the one that's coming to trade and he's not going to run. He's going to make the exciting fight. You know what I mean? You don't see many middleweights doing that. You look at a guy like Gennady Golovkin, clearly has power, clearly has a great offense and can crack. You don't see people saying, man, I'd rather fight Golovkin than Hassan Indam. You know what I mean? You see some people at the middleweight limit ducking Golovkin because they understand that aggression, that style, that power is a lot. You know what I mean? And I guarantee you Hassan Indam hasn't had as much problem getting fights because he's closer to what people call a runner, a guy who's going to use lateral movement. He's going to use his feet. He did it versus Hassan Indam, Quillen, Curtis Stevens. So he's the quote-unquote runner. And I guarantee you the middleweights, there's no one really that I know that was just ducking. That's why he has great names on his resume like Curtis Stevens, David Lemieux, and also Peter Quillen, because there's no one out there really ducking Hassan Indam. So if Hassan Indam and these runners, right, the guys that are runners are just, that's their only style and it doesn't make for an exciting fight, but it should be an easier fight. You know what I mean? You would rather fight Gennady Golovkin and potentially get knocked out than fight the runner who can't knock you out, who can't hurt you, who all he does is throw a few punches and doesn't make it exciting, that's how you know it's bullshit, because there ain't nobody on this planet, no middleweight that I know of at least, that is saying, hey man, I'd rather fight Golovkin. So why is Pacquiao, he's just so noble that he just wants to scrap with the best available? No, it's because Jessie Vargas stylistically, what he brings to the table versus a Terence Crawford is something, it's a puzzle that Pacquiao's already figured out. He's been successful with guys similar, guys who were nowhere near as fast as him, guys who didn't have the finesse and the footwork of a Mayweather, of a Crawford, guys who didn't have the accuracy of a Mayweather, of a Marquez, the counterpunching, things like that. And that's the real reason, because that is tailor-made for his style. I mean, Michael Conks just told you guys that. He just said, we don't like Crawford, or I don't like Crawford's style. It doesn't suit Manny. That is the real reason. I mean, his team is telling you everything. All you have to do is put the puzzle pieces together. Bottom line, Pacquiao is coming back fighting Jessie Vargas because he believes he probably has a better shot to win that. That is a stylistic style of fight that he's already mastered. He's beaten guys bigger than Vargas. Vargas is a career 140 pounder. He's tough, he has heart. I like him, but I like him in other fights, not against Pacquiao. You know what I mean? Other meaningful fights. Broner, Porter, Kell Brook, if Kell Brook didn't move up 2 weight classes, things like that. And that, my friends, is the real reason. It's because Pacquiao fought De La Hoya. He came down. Okay, but what about Antonio Margarito? He's much bigger, much taller. So Pacquiao's done that before. Guys who are aggressive like Hatton, he knocked them out. You know what I mean? If you have a certain attributes mesh well. It's no mystery. A lot of you guys like to play dumb. It's like Canelo. If you're in Canelo's wheelhouse and you bring that fight to him, just come straight at him, he'll probably chop you the fuck up, because that's where he excels. But Canelo has slow feet, if you know anything about boxing. Fast hands, deceptively fast hands, but his feet are slow. So the style that gives him problems are the guys who are mobile, like the Floyd Mayweathers, like the Erislandy Ladas, like the Austin Trouts. The guys that are like more Shane Mosley, more Baldomir, more James Kirkland. He's going to look how he looked in those fights and tell me, based on what I just made my assessment of Canelo, tell me what fight against a slickster with movement he looked better in as an overall performance than he did against a guy who's the polar opposite, like a James Kirkland, right? He's getting knockouts in all those fights. Notice all of the slicksters that Canelo fought, the guys who were considered slick, southpaw, good counterpunching, good mobility, those all went the distance. Mayweather, Lada, and Austin Trout. A lot of y'all don't know shit about boxing. You can say what you want. Look at Pacquiao's best performances, right? And I wouldn't even say, well, maybe the Bradley 3, but Bradley 1 and 2. Look at Marquez. Look at Floyd Mayweather. Look at Eric Morales. Look at like the first fight. Look at what those guys did well. You know what I mean? Good hand speed, good athleticism, good combination punching, accuracy. There's common denominators. You know what I mean? And then look at the fights where Pacquiao he amazed people. You know what I mean? Brandon Rios, guys like Antonio Margarito, Ricky Hatton. And those styles are all closer to a Jessie Vargas than they are farther, right? And that's what it is. That's why, my friends, I believe Manny Pacquiao avoided Terence Crawford fight. And again, his team has already said all of this. I'm just putting it in one fine-tuned video for you and presenting it. But Freddie Roach said it. He said, oh, I need tune-ups before I fight Crawford. Why? Crawford's a runner because you know firsthand Crawford's a problem. You just fought him. Your fighter, Victor Postal, got smoked by him. He lost pretty much every round except for maybe one. And he got knocked down. And he actually ran when he turned his back when Crawford attacked him with the onslaught. So that's the real reasons. Checkmate.